Hey guys, today we're looking at another controller, this one here. Trunks from TSRACT sent us over their newest device. Right out of the box, which is actually really nice by the way, we are greeted with the golds and whites of the HyperCube Pro. That color scheme runs through everything, including the gold braided USB cable, sort of Robin Leach's Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous type vibes. The button caps are awesome, but their shine does pick up fingerprints pretty quickly. I always wipe my sticks and controllers down after a set, so it's not a huge deal. The controller has a surprising amount of heft for its size, and then the layout is very similar to a 12-button flatbox layout apart from the 2 extra macro mappable buttons. I actually really like the layout. I'm of the mind most devices could always use an extra button or two, but this one here doesn't go too overboard. But it does take advantage of an extra macro placement sitting to the right of the jump function and then another just left of the movement functions, which is especially welcome. So many devices skip out on that area and forget most customers have a functioning pinky. We reviewed the original HyperCube quite a while ago, so it's nice to see this newer Pro iteration. I still have that one so we can compare how far it's actually come. Really, the overall concept is the same, with a smaller sized all-button controller with extra macro functionality. Same clamshell half design, same number and type of screws, same blue switches, and then nearly the same dimensions. It is marginally larger than the older model, and then much different in terms of the overall weight. I try to give as much context as I can so a viewer can more easily get a frame of reference, but it's hard to understate the difference in feel between the old model and this new one. Where the aluminum Pro version weighs in at almost 2 pounds, the original 3D printed one clocked in at barely over a half pound. This is how its footprint compares to a variety of other all-button devices. It is closer to the smaller end of the spectrum, more in line with the travel sensibilities of a Snackbox Micro or an Impress Nano. The device is held together with 7 screws. Once removed, you can pull the device apart. 2 aluminum halves protect the PCB, and the switches plug directly into the board. They come with Kale Chalk V2 switches of the blue variety. It does bring to mind the clicks and clacks of a nice mechanical keyboard, so that may have been their inspiration. The operation force is basically the same as a red, these just happen to be clicky instead of linear. I'm not overly fond of key clicks in fighting game peripherals, but a user could swap to whatever they prefer. Still, I think it somehow works and helps to set it apart just a bit further from the rest of the pack, since so many others stock their devices with red linears as the least offensive baseline. I don't know if blues scream luxury, but I guess they get a point for being different. This is what they sound like. Gameplay was solid and I experienced no issues. Remapping is a breeze, and because everything runs on GP 2040 CE firmware, it's a familiar feeling device. Out of the box, it's compatible with PC/Steam Deck, PS3, PS4, Nintendo Switch, Android, and Mister. Where I think it could have benefited would have been the addition of a dongle slot to make PS5 play slightly easier. TSRACT does offer a Brook converter on their website, but it would have been nice to use a Hope Booter or a Magic Boots to plug directly into the device. Other areas some may take issue with are that there are no LEDs nor option for art. Still, where this one far surpasses its predecessor is in the area of aesthetics. Now it's true the first iteration looked nearly identical, but TSRACT has always had their sights set on a premium, almost designer vibe with the golds and the whites. Foregoing all the cheaper 3D printed elements and going with an aluminum enclosure alongside injection molded gold color plated button caps really kicks things up a notch and leans a lot harder into that luxury-esque vibe that they're going for. I really think that this is what they wanted all along, but it's in this version that they've finally realized their vision. So, is this the Louis Vuitton of fight sticks? I think they've achieved their aesthetic vision of luxury, and if you're a fan of clean, minimalist designs and love your whites and golds, then I can definitely see it being up your alley. This thing is the nautical-themed Pashmina Afghan of the fight stick space, and I mean that in the best possible way. And for just over $200, you can snag yourself one on their website. But if you don't have that kind of coin right after the holidays, well, there's good news on that front, because Trunks from TSRACT has generously decided to give away a HyperCube Pro to one of you viewers watching this right now. To enter, All you need to do is 1. Leave a comment on this video, and 2. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel so I can contact you for shipping details if you win. After a week, we'll randomly pull a name and I'll stick you the winner. Check the video description for full contest details. Big thanks to TSRACT for the review controller and for hooking up the channel audience with a giveaway. If you made it to the end, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Support your locals, and I'll see you next time.